Hey, you guys, this is Linda West. I'm so excited to be here with Kelley Tenny of The Prepared Performer. But before we get started with Kelley, I want to share with you something that I'm doing that I'm so excited about because I've never done this before. I've spoken on many stages, but they've all been like not big stages, but I'm speaking at an event called MSB, which is Massive Success Breakthrough. And if you want to attend, go to attendmsb.com. I would love to see you there. I'm going to be speaking on a big stage. I'm going to be speaking for 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm super duper excited about it though. So I'd love to see you guys there. So go to attendmsb.com if you want to check it out. It's February 9th through 11th, 2018 in San Diego. And then next, I want to thank the Prepared Performer for being the sponsor of our show. And the Prepared Performer supports businesses and experts to gain credibility, visibility, and to be known as the authority in your space so that you can attract a flood of leads who are ready to throw their credit cards at your face. So if you are ready to have people throw credit cards at your face, go to thepreparedperformer.com. And trust me, it is absolutely amazing. I'm in the program myself, and I can't say enough good about it because it's one of the best programs I've ever been in. And I've been in a lot of programs, you guys. I have a lot of shelf development, but not with this one. I actually get it done because Molly is absolutely amazing. And Kelley here is the chief bot builder for the Prepared Performer. And today we're going to talk about messenger bots, how you can use messenger bots to grow your business. And I have some other questions for her too, but specifically growing your business, how can you use them? A lot of people are scared about the messenger bots because they're like, well, they're robots and stuff. But you know what? Kelley is going to share some secrets that can help you to turn your robot into a human. Right, Kelley?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if that's the way to say it, turn it into a human, but so make it humanize your robot, right? So Kelley, how did you get started? First of all, how did you get started with the Prepared Performer?
So it's probably similar to a lot of you. I was growing my own business at the time when I met Molly and working on branding and delivering amazing and valuable content. And so I decided to go through Camera Confidence, which is, Linda, I know what you just shared. And I was able to work with Molly in terms of branding my business and growing my business and gaining leads and all of that stuff. And as part of that, she introduced me to bots and messenger automation to grow my own business.
Mm-hmm.
And when messenger bots blew up, because everybody realized that this is the way to go to not just grow your business, but do like a bazillion other amazing things with it.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to be able to join her and support her mainly in doing her bot builds for her clients. So it's really cool because I feel like I've gone through the process of what so many of our clients go through.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because it can get very confusing, can't it?
It's definitely can be confusing. And I think because there's so many amazing business strategies that if you don't have the support with the bots, there's probably a lot of great things that you can do for your business that you might miss out on if you don't have the whole strategy component down.
Yeah, that's for sure. The bots can definitely be confusing, as I can attest to myself, because when I got started with it, I was so confused. And even like learning from Molly how to do it, my brain doesn't work that way. So I had to really I had to sit down and say, okay, you got to just concentrate on this and get it, because it can be very confusing, but it's extremely effective, right?
So effective. In fact, it's becoming more effective than a lot of other business tools that are out there.
Now it's, people talking about email is, dying. And then the text messages, that was the big thing for a while because everybody looks at your text message and all this stuff. So would you say that messenger bots is kind of taking over with the text messaging situation?
I think it is. And I think anybody can probably ask themselves how long they go without checking email, or how long they might hear their texts go off, but they let their texts just sit there. But if you think about Facebook Messenger and how often we are on Facebook Messenger, I just read some numbers and it's 88% of people today are actually using Facebook Messenger. And
Wow.
it's something that we're just completely connected to. I think Facebook Messenger in itself is the new text. So to me, it seems very logical that it's going to, this component that we are using with the messenger bots through Facebook Messenger is going to replace not only email, but text as well.
And I agree because I use my messenger actually as my, what do you call it, like a filing system of messages. Because with text, I can't go back and easily search to find messages. Whereas a messenger, it's easier. And so by using this, adding this one component is like a text-ish thing that we're doing using the messenger bots, that's just adding another layer, another element. And I know Molly the other day, she did a video where she ordered pizza from Domino's using the messenger bot. What is it called? Dombot?
His name's Dombot.
At least it's not Dumbot. You could do that, huh? Well, gosh, it's just really, really cool. And you guys, if you find that this information is interesting or valuable, please share it out, because the better we can get the information out to people to help them grow their business, the better it is, right? And so, today we're talking about bots. And so I want to ask you, Kelley, so here's the big question. Why would somebody use messenger bots?
Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of different layers to this question.
Yeah.
But ideally, one of the things that we are consistently going back to is that bots are really a new way to get leads. And so the way that we have been using bots and talking about bots is really something that Molly herself discovered in her own business when she used a bot to actually boost and go along with a video that she had. And this video ended up converting into 4 times more open rates. It brought in 40 sales in 30 minutes. She got over 200 leads in 48 hours. With this one single bot, allowing people to engage in a new and fun way. And, the video views were through the roof. I think she had over $1 million or 1 million organic reach. But really with the bots, it's a fun way for people to interact on your Facebook posts, with your videos, and things like that. And for you as a business owner, it really helps generate those leads that we potentially would be missing if we didn't have an interactive or fun new component for people to kind of play with, if you will, through Facebook.
Well, it's crazy too, because you can get really creative. I know you guys do some really great bot work. You are the bot creator. So, doing most of the bots, right, for the Prepared Performer. And there's some really crazy fun stuff you can do. It doesn't have to be all, I am a robot, my robot's name is Sunshine Bot because my Facebook name is Linda Sunshine West. So I thought, I'll just use Sunshine Bot. And how do you discover, I see the question, how do you discover what voice to use for the robot? Because are you coming in as the robot being a robot, or is the robot being a person working for the person, like my Sunshine Bot working for me? How do you do that?
So something that we always stress, and I think part of the Prepared Performer's mission is just being honest and open and transparent. And so one of the things that we definitely always make sure we do when we're building bots is to be really honest with the audience. We encourage, obviously, our clients to use their bot in that manner as well. So we are very transparent in this is a bot, and the person has come here to make sure that you have everything you need in the meantime until they're back at their computer or whatever it is. We encourage the clients to have fun. Like you said, you named your Sunshine Bot. We're not trying to pretend like we are the person. We really want to capture the voice, down to the language. So when we build bots for our clients, we even will say, how do you say hello? Do you say howdy? Do you say hello? Do you say hey? Do you say hi? We just have clients, she says heya all the time. So her bot says heya, and then it comments because that's the way she speaks. So I think obviously earning the trust of your audience and your clients
Mm-hmm.
is so crucial
That, yeah.
especially with entrepreneurs. And so really making sure that people know that it is a bot. The bot is there to help them until you return, and that you will return as a human.
Right.
There will be human interactions and things like that as well, because I know that's one of the other fears is people say, well, I don't want to automate my business. But the idea is that the bot doesn't automate, because you also have the ability to go in and message and read the messages and answer them as well. The bot is really a customer service component that allows people to potentially get what they need instead of having to wait for the business owner to return to their computer or check their messages or whatever it is. So it's really like a placeholder until the business owner returns. But we always would say that make sure that your audience knows that it's both the bot and the human behind the messages that are coming out in Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, and it's cool too because you're communicating with people. Like we use them on, I use them on this live. So I could say, if you want to be notified when we're going live, click here. And then when we go live, it actually notifies you. So I had to set that up and everything. But what's cool about that is that I have, clients that are in different countries, so we're on a totally jacked up time frame, with each other. I'm sleeping when they're awake and vice versa. So for them to be able to they're awake when I'm sleeping and they click on the button and there's a response. They get a response immediately. Like you said, it's immediate responding, which is awesome because there's some responses that are basically you'd have the same response over and over and over again to that specific thing. So why not at least automate that, right?
I agree. And I think anybody can probably attest to the fact that when we ask a question, whether it's through text or Facebook Messenger or whatever it is, we feel that we are served better when we get a response. Even if that response is, we will get back to you within 24 hours, right? I mean, I've sent emails in where it says, your email has been received. We will get back to you in 24 hours. And even though that's an automated response, I personally feel like I have been served better than just sitting there wondering, like, did they get my email? Did they not get my email? And I
That's
think
true, yeah.
I think Facebook Messenger is such a common way for people to reach out and ask questions now that it really is a necessary part of customer service to be able to have that type of system in place so people know that there's something working no matter what time it is, and that the service is still there, even if it means that the human isn't at the moment.
Yeah. And here's one thing. I wrote down this note to make sure I covered this because I know that there's rules that are Facebook rules that are tied to bots. And you do want to make sure you follow those rules. I don't know if you know any of them off the top of your head. And if you do, if you could share maybe one or two of those. But if you don't know off the top of your head, I just wanted to share with people that they need to go look and find what the rules are, because there are rules you want to follow with Facebook.
Yeah. And as you know, Facebook is always changing its rules, everything all the time anyways. But I think, I know one of the things that Facebook really does not want to see is it does not want to see any selling from the bot. So like you mentioned a broadcast, which is basically like an email blast for anybody who has an email subscription, but sending out a broadcast via bot saying, hey, buy my product, here's the link, is definitely against Facebook's terms.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's just bad business anyways, because the idea is we just want to have a conversation with the person before leading them to whatever service or product that you sell. And then Facebook also has the rules that, go along with any post or ad, which is negative comments, foul language, any of that stuff we wouldn't push out in a Facebook. But I think we just want to remember that this is a representation of us in our business. And regardless of what the Facebook rules are, I think a lot of the things that Facebook does not like to see are things that really honest business people wouldn't want to do anyway, like be spammy or be salesy or be negative in any way.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like Facebook has something like 2.4 billion users now, I think. And you mentioned that 80% people are using Messenger. That's 80% of 2.4 billion people, and that's absolutely crazy. I wanted to. Oh, it's just. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You want to say something about that?
There was I was reading some statistics on bots the other day, and that was where the 88% came from. But it was something
Mm-hmm.
like there are like 3 million monthly messages, 3 million messages a month that are exchanged between a customer and a business owner on Facebook Messenger.
3 million a day or a month?
Monthly.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that will change then, because that's nothing.
It's nothing. But what we're seeing though is that there's less than 10,000 businesses on Facebook that actually are using messenger automation.
Oh, wow. That's
even though we know that the
amazing.
preference is there. Yeah. So it certainly is a field and a trend that is going to increase. We know
Mm-hmm.
that Facebook users and the customers and clients prefer that method. And so now businesses are stepping into actually catching up with that. And I think it's amazing for anybody. Like, I know you have a bot for your business, and we were just talking to somebody at a small store today who they don't have a bot, and we were in
Mm-hmm.
a chain, and we're like, you need a bot. And we were telling them, but I think it's still a little bit ahead of the trend. So I really think it's amazing for anybody who steps into learning messenger automation and what bots are and what they can do, are going to find themselves a little bit ahead of other businesses, which is amazing because that's just another great way to stand out to your clients.
For sure. Because I remember I was talking to you about a month ago or so, and I was like, Krispy Kreme, they totally need a bot, because right now they have this light that goes off and it says, hot donuts ready or something like that. But I think they text message their people when they're ready also. But they could also have it go to every single person who is like on that page. Everybody who likes that page is potential that they can have a much larger audience to say, the donuts are ready. There's so many ways you can use them.
There are so many things, like just even, I mean, think about even the ability for somebody to find your website just straight from them messaging you, or book a session with you, or get a free download, or you're really putting things in the hands of your customers. And to me, not only does that increase your chances that they're going to utilize whatever it is that you're sending them, but I think that's just also better customer service. If we think about how many times we've looked for the link to a website that we had to go on, or we pushed 100 buttons just to get a download, and this is totally eliminating all of those steps and all of the things that users have to be able to get to in order for us to serve them. So I think it's beneficial for everybody.
Exactly. And one thing that I think is cool is when I first started understanding how to use the bots, is I was like, does this now replace a funnel? Like, I don't have to get a funnel. And I know it can, but also it can work in tandem with a funnel, correct? Like, it can work in tandem with email, with funnels. You can maybe even use it somehow in texting. I'm not sure how that would work, but right. I mean, you can use this in tandem.
Yeah. So, really, just in good practices, we always say that who knows? I mean, Facebook could disappear tomorrow. And so it would never be smart for anybody to say, I'm not doing lead funnels anymore. I'm not doing emails. I'm just going to use this. But this is really in a supplement to what already is going on. Because if you think about preference, I mean, we're talking to all of your viewers out there, and some of your viewers might say, well, I don't know, I still like email. And some might say, I don't know, I prefer text, right? So there's always going to be the people who, prefer one thing or the other. So obviously it's great business sense to have everything, but the bots can not only supplement email and lead pages, but they also can act as emails. They can act as a lead page, right? Your broadcast can act as an email. Your landing page can act as a lead page. There's even components in the bots to create a URL link that can be pushed out through email, through posts, even through text messages if you wanted to. So the capacity of what the bots can do just within that one platform really is amazing.
And it is cool because when you, like, let's say, for example, there's a lot of programs out there that they push out an email, a day before, then they do a couple emails, a couple hours before, then an hour before, 15 minutes before, and all this stuff. I mean, I don't think you'd want to do all that with a bot because that's like too frequent. Right. But the thing is, what I do with mine, and I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not, and I think a lot of it is still being just tested, is I'll send my message out about 2 or 3 minutes before we go live, because if I do it too early, I feel like then people will be, oh yeah, I'll go watch that later, 15 minutes from now, and then they forget. Mm-hmm. But if they're not able to watch it live, they're like, oh, okay, there's a replay. I can still watch it later. And so, of course, I like to get people to come and watch it live. And I think I forgot to send my broadcast out. And that's why not many people are here live. But that's okay, because as Molly always tells us, is that most of the viewing is in the replays anyway. So if you were watching this as a replay, go ahead and do #replay and let me know where you are from. That would be really awesome. And I wanted to talk about, just quickly, Molly's program is called Messenger Automation. And this program is so awesome. It goes through every step that you possibly need to build your bots. And what is extra cool is, like, Molly doesn't stop there. Is she builds out a platform, builds out a program, and Kelley does this with her. And then Molly comes in and talks about it every once in a while, because changes happen, right? And you're not just like left alone and out there like to swim around and try to figure it out yourself. So it's an awesome program, the Messenger Automation. But if you guys are interested in finding out more about it, just put BOTME in the comments below, and my messenger bot, Sunshine Bot, will send you a message with the information to it. It's really, really awesome. So put BOTME in the comments below. And then let's talk about robots versus humans. Okay. So I think, bots have a bad rap. I know that there is some bad stuff out there. Like the Russian bots are coming. I remember hearing that when the bots first came. I was like, the bots are coming. The bots are coming. I was like, what are they talking about? Bots? What is a bot? I had no idea what it is. So how can you, maybe like in a nutshell, explain why bots are actually good? They're not a bad thing. And how do you make your bot more human than robotic sounding?
So I think in terms of, bots are a good thing for a lot of the reasons that we talked about, right? It allows people to engage and interact. They can be super fun. I've seen bots that like play games, and people I just got a bot, which I haven't played with yet, and I'm going to, where it was from a clothing company, and it allowed you to like make your own outfits. And the idea was, it said, like, create your own outfits, and your stylist will be notified of the outfits you created.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it was like a clothing service. And the idea is that I could pick and choose from this game and create outfits I liked. But then what it actually was going to do was it was going to save those. So my stylist could see my style and potentially keep an eye out for clothes or whatever it is based on what I just created. But just like creating outfits alone is just like a super fun thing. It's a really fun way, I think, to interact with companies and with businesses. And I think that the main thing is to really just consider what your voice is, how you would interact with your customers, knowing who your audience is, thinking about what they would like, what they might have questions with, and really just keeping that in mind as creating your bot. We really don't want to cut and paste. Everybody has the same response.
Yeah.
Type of system, like when you call an 800 number, right? And you press 1 for this, 2 for that, 3 for that.
Right.
Really, that's not what we want to see. And because bots have the ability, because you create them, you write them, you add your own pictures, you send them where you want to, right? You respond in your own way, that we really can capture the human side of who we are as business owners and really let that shine through with our bots.
I like the way you said, like, the game, because really you can make it interactive in a fun way. Or if you're a more serious person, maybe maybe you want your bot to be different. You can do like an alter ego, or you can do the same kind of personality. It's all up to you. And that's what's so brilliant about it, is like there used to be a game called, I don't know if it's still around, but it was called Second Life, where it's a online video game where you create your own life that you want to use. Well, my brother-in-law was a man, but he created a woman, so he wanted to like live this different type of life just for fun. And so you can totally do that with your messenger bot. You can do whatever you want. The sky is the limit.
Yeah, you really can. And it's funny you say that, because I always refer to it as like the choose your own adventure books.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
You want to jump off the cliff, turn to page 60, and if you want to go get the parachute, and then it had all these different endings, but that truly is what the bots can do. And it allows people to go back and interact in different ways also. So I would just say, really just try to capture the fun that you want to have, that you want your clients to have. Really be creative in kind of thinking about, like you, Linda, you interview so many amazing people. Like maybe in your bot, you can allow people to scroll through some of your shows, or you can allow them to get bios on the different people that you have interviewed, or maybe they can always access your latest interview just through your bot, instead of having to go to your Facebook page and scroll through your posts to see, what your last interview is, and just really allowing them to, or like say, look, I just interviewed the president. If you could ask the president any question, what would you know what I mean? Like really just allowing them to engage in a way that is still aligned with your business. And, we don't have to be so serious all the time, right? Like I think
no, exactly.
So much we're like business and sell and sell and sell, but I think bots are a really great chance for people to interact in a different way and build that connection that's so important with why they would choose, someone's product or service over another person's.
That's true. Yeah. And I love those tips, those great tips there for me. Thank you so much. I'll definitely use them. I did write them down, and I can go back because this is going to be available on the replay.
Yeah. It's so much fun. I mean, like Domino's Pizza, like how much fun
I know.
Is it? Like I hate ordering pizza because I hate sitting on the phone and talking to someone and sitting on hold and giving all my credit card information, right? I feel like I lose 20 minutes of my life ordering a pizza. But how fun to be able to just order it on Facebook, and convenient. And like that, what a creative way. I mean, they could have just said, click here to find the location nearest you, but they got really creative and went over, overboard in terms of what they can now offer.
And they did upsells too. So it's a great way also to share with people some other of your products that you have that maybe when they're checking out. Now that's interesting because you're not supposed to sell on Facebook, but are they collecting payment on there?
No,
how do they do that?
So it has you build your whole pizza crust, all of that stuff. And then when it's time to pay, I think you opt in twice. So you do that double opt-in.
Okay.
And it takes you to like a payment page.
Okay, which would be off of Facebook.
Integrations, I think, that you can do now.
Oh, okay. Gosh, what's cool about it is that you were saying earlier, this still is the ground floor. And so we don't know who's getting ready to integrate with it. And we don't know what's going to happen. And it's exciting to watch it all unfold and to be part of it. And I'm glad I understand them now because at the beginning I was so confused, but really Molly's program really is what helped me to understand it and be able to build my own. And of course you guys have a done for you program for those who are like, I do not want to do a bot at all. And that's okay. You don't have to want to do the bot. There's people out there that can help you do that. And so again, if you put BOTME in the comments below, I'll send you the information if you want to find out more about the Messenger Automation Academy that Molly and Kelley run. And Kelley does like all the bot building, and it's so amazing because she really gets in contact with you to find out what it is that you want, what are your needs and everything, to make sure that they're building the best bot for you. And that makes sense. So you don't have to worry about, like me, I'm like, what am I going to say? I don't know what my messages are going to be about, so so Kelley really helps you work through that, because like she just gave me these great tips, 3 great tips, just like that, because that's how she thinks. I don't think that way. So it's really cool to have somebody that can do that with you.
Yeah. And messenger automation, I think whether or not people want to do it themselves or even do a done for you, I think Messenger Automation Academy is just like the best place to start and be able to understand what they can do. It's so broken down into like they have the little units that's super user friendly. It's not like anybody has to sit for hours and do it. They can do it at their own pace. But I think it's great just to be able to understand how bots work. I mean, I think like you, the more you understand how they work and the more you realize what they can do, then the more ideas that you can generate for your own business. And so I think having that foundation of the academy is just perfect for everybody, anybody who wants to know about bots, all the way to the people who wants to create this amazing business tool with it. It's just a good way to get acquainted and to see what all of the capabilities are.
Yeah, it's cool. The program that you can use is called ManyChat. Let me see. Let's see if I can put it up there. ManyChat. And ManyChat they have a free version, if I remember correctly. Do you know? So there's a free version, so you can get started in there. And even if you don't join Messenger Automation Academy, go to manychat.com, and it's just on your computer. Go to manychat.com and go in there and check it out. You might be able to figure it out yourself. I personally was not able to figure it out myself. So I tried it. I got in there. I was like, okay, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. And so I had to, not that I had to, but I chose to join the program because it's so amazing. And Molly is just, I like the way she trains. It makes sense. And often, like, we buy programs and the way they train is not, they're training to where they are right now, not to where I am. And so since I'm at a confused state, with this particular program, I need to understand the basics. And so you guys like totally go through all that. And I just absolutely love it. So you guys check out manychat.com and, just go ahead and put it on your computer and go play around with it and see what you can do with it. But in the meantime, again, put BOTME in the comments below. And the reason I want you to do the BOTME is so you can see how my bot works. It's not
go play with Sunshine Bot. Everybody's
yes. It's not all fancy yet, but you know what? I'm learning. Like I'm in the learning stages and like trying to figure out like what's the best way to use it for my business, and how can I have the conversations I want to have, and how can I keep the conversation going? Because that's like another thing I'm still like trying to figure out how to do that smartly, But really, the Messenger Automation program really does help you through that, and I need to get in there more than I am because I need to go find out more about like the things you mentioned to me. The ideas, like, well, how can I best use those ideas? You know what I mean? Yeah. So Kelley, I want to thank you so much for being here today. And is there anything like I missed that I should have asked that I just I didn't ask that?
I don't think so. I just think your advice is fantastic. I think people need to just go play around with it. If you go visit Domino's Pizza Dombot, go to the Prepared Performer and meet Molly Bot, go to Comment Bot Me, so you meet Sunshine Bot, and you're really going to start to see the personalities and the different ways that the businesses are all using this one same tool. And people will really start to be able to see like the expansion of what can be done with the bot.
Oh, you know what?
Here's have fun.
Have fun. But here's the last thing I want you to talk about. And that is, some people have said, well, I don't want to do a bot because I don't want to be annoying. I've actually heard people say that. I don't want to do a bot because I don't want to be annoying. So what is your advice on that?
Okay. So one of the reasons, and I'm glad you brought this up, one of the reasons that bots are literally my favorite thing is because my own pet peeve is getting emails that I find are annoying. If I could show you my email box right now and all of the emails that I don't open because I see who they're from or where they're from, and I'm just like, I don't need to see this email, right? So at the end of the day, I'm going to go through, I'm going to delete them all. I'm not even going to look at them. But the great thing about bots is that you have the ability to allow people to opt in and out of certain things. So you could say, did you like my game? Yes or no, right? And people who say no, you're going to make sure they never get sent another game again. Or do you want to know, are you interested in learning, seeing my live interview with so-and-so? Yes or no? And the minute they say no, you're actually giving them the control to opt out and not get notifications that they are not interested in. And I think that's why it's such a game changer, because we're all so used to emails that most of them, right, or a good majority of them, I would say for most of us, we're just not interested every day in what they have to say. And so it really also puts some control in the audience to really pick and choose what they want to hear about, what they want to see, what they want information for. And so
yeah,
right, you're putting the information into the hands of the people, right into the people that want it. And you're not being that email spammy weirdo. I mean, I think if someone is using email subscription over bots, it's really something to consider, because the only way they can stop getting email is to fully unsubscribe. But with bots, they can actually choose the components that they want to hear about and the components that they don't. And so you actually won't lose a lot of your audience because they have that control.
That's a good point, because they can subscribe or unsubscribe to the bot, or they can just pick pieces that they don't want to receive, and they then have control. That's so true. And I just looked, Kelley, I have over 9,000 unopened emails that are in my deleted box. I didn't even look to see how many unopened are in my inbox.
I know at like this morning I had like 1,000.
Oh, wow.
In my box that I haven't like deleted or cleared through, you know.
And you're never going to do them.
No. And I don't even know if 10% are ones from people that I care to have a conversation with, right? It was something that I was interested in at some point. I got opted into the email, but what's going to happen is now I'm going to go unsubscribe. And they could have something for me in 2 weeks that I'm really interested in, but I don't have the option to tell them that like people do.
Mm-hmm. And that right there is a great point, because giving the control back to the consumer is very valuable. And that's one thing one of the things that the bots does for your customer. And it also gives you an opportunity to see, like, well, what are people liking? What are they not liking? You know, oh, it doesn't seem like most people are opting out of this. Maybe I just need to stop offering it, kind of thing. So it gives you an opportunity to see more and more what people are interested in and what they're not interested in, so that you can deliver more valuable content to them, because it's based on what they want.
Right.
Yeah. Love it. I love it. I love it. So, okay, you guys, again, this was Linda West with Kelley Tenny of the Prepared Performer. If you want to learn more about the bots, go ahead and do BOTME in the comments below. And I want to thank Molly Mahoney of the Prepared Performer for sponsoring today's show. And go to thepreparedperformer.com, find out more information. And if you want people to throw credit cards at your face, you got to check out thepreparedperformer.com. And thank you again, Kelley, for being here. I love you, girl. You're absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.